is a continuous process and not an accident. A beautiful quote by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Jai Hind and a very good morning to Dr. Sonali Jadhav, our Dean Dr. Poonam Nikam, faculty members and all the students of IIEBM. I, Sonakshi Budhrani, MC for today, welcome you all to the orientation program for the batch 2024-26. The theme for the batch 2024-26 is Preparing Minds Shaping Future. Dr. Sonali Jadhav. Ma'am, may I have your permission to proceed? Thank you, ma'am. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you a remarkable individual whose journey embodies the spirit of versatility, passion and dedication. Dr. Jadhav's career is a testament to her unwavering commitment to excellence and her ability to embrace change with grace and determination. Beginning her professional journey in hotel sales, she quickly rose through the ranks, leading the Western Regional Office of Rao Marketing Technology with aplomb. Yet fueled by her passion for culinary arts and a keen entrepreneurial spirit, Dr. Jadhav charted a new course, establishing a trendy cafeteria that captured the hearts and taste buds of college students across the region. In just 6 short years, her establishment flourished, boasting a vibrant community of nearly 2,000 loyal patrons. However, Dr. Jadhav's thirst for knowledge and her desire to inspire future generations lead her to pivot once more, this time towards academia. Joining Bharati Vidyapeeth's Institute of CHMCT as a lecturer in food production, she quickly became a beacon of guidance and inspiration to her students. Her journey continued at AISSMS College, where she has been an integral part of the academic team for over a decade, culminating in a well-deserved promotion to the position of principal in July 2008. Beyond her professional accomplishments, Dr. Jadhav's academic pursuits reflect her diverse interests and talents. A graduate in French studies, she has co-authored the book Basic French for the hotel industry, showcasing her commitment to fostering linguistic and cultural understanding in her field. Moreover, she has been a valuable member of the Academic Advisory Council of IIEBM, contributing her expertise and insights to further the institution's mission. Today, as we have the privilege of hosting Dr. Sonali Jadhav for our orientation program, let us eagerly embrace the opportunity to learn from her wealth of experience, wisdom and passion. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Sonali Jadhav.
Good to see such enthusiastic students in front of me, all dressed very well in their uniforms and looking very smart. And I'm sure all of you are here with some dreams in your eyes and want to make a difference in the country, want to do something for yourself, grow in your careers. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, all of you are keen on doing that. But I thought one of the subjects, every year I come and I do different topics here, and every time I feel that as I evolve, I have different thoughts. What I came and spoke about 5 years ago may not be relevant today because we are in a fast changing environment, isn't it? So today I thought one of the most relevant topics that we have, and we are going back to our spirituality, we are going back to the Vedic culture that our country was so proud about, and during the Chanakyas, the management lessons that we learned, it is all now coming back and being recognized in this world. And to start there, we need to know more about ourselves. So today morning, when you all woke up, I want you to tell me, a few of you, what are the thoughts that you had in your mind about yourself? Can somebody say? The first thing in the morning, somebody must have thought, oh, I think I'm going to have a good day today. Or somebody may have thought, I think I'm smarter than the rest of the group and that I sit with. Any thoughts anybody would like to share about yourself? Yes? Okay, you were looking forward to the session today. Okay, what about somebody here? Yes? Sit, please sit. If you don't answer, I'll think you all had no thoughts, okay? So you have to say, yeah.
Jan ma'am, I'm Ryu Ghosh.
Yes.
And I thought I will be learning something interesting and new today.
Okay. But I want to know about yourself. What is the thought that you had that today I'm going to wear some good clothes and feel good for myself? Today I'm going to do a little more makeup and feel even better. Those kind of thoughts. Not outside. Yes. Yes. The boys don't have any thoughts? Okay, I'll come back to you.
So basically, ma'am, as we shifted over here, my routine got break up. So I decided to continue it and I went for the running session at 5. So I wanted to maintain that consistency. That was the first thought.
Okay.
And give my best to the whole day and utilize it as much as possible.
Okay, very nice. What about the boys? Let's hear a couple of, yeah.
Jai Hind, ma'am, Akshay this side.
Yes.
As I checked the schedule, today was a new session in the morning, physical activity session.
Okay.
So yesterday I looked at the session in the morning. I prepared myself that it would be a long day, it would be a tiring day. So there will be a lot of challenges. As we came into the auditorium, it was a bit humid. So we have to prepare our mind and accordingly, be calm at every situation. It will be a long day. Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
All right. Yeah, it's a long day. One lecture, please sit down.
Thank you, ma'am.
One lecture after another. It's killing, right? Does it test your patience, all of you, every day? Okay. I think that's a good training for your sessions ahead. So look at it that way. But when I say about your thinking about myself, what would I like to introduce myself to the world? If I were to introduce myself, I would probably say, oh, I'm Dr. Jadhav and this is my career and this is what I do. I would like to talk about my achievements, which are all, whatever was said here are all the good things. Have I said anything, has anything bad being said about me? No? So I'm putting my best foot forward for the world to see the way I want the world to see me. But is that a real me? It's not, right? There is so much more to yourself that you don't put out into this world. And this today's session is about trying to understand where we are, so that once you understand, you know where to go. Okay? So, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Whether it is good or bad, you need to know what you are. Okay, suppose you are an aspirational person, you have high ambitions, okay, you want to achieve something big in life. The moment you accept it, the path will be clear to you as to where you want to go. But if you want to keep it hidden, nahi, main acha hu, main popular hu, and you have an aspiration which you don't want to talk about. This happens, I think, in most of the classes where there are placement interviews and companies come and then you all tell amongst yourself, nahi yaar, nahi milega, mujhe ye karna hi nahi hai. But you're vying for it and you will give it a best shot when you go for the interview. Isn't it? So, this acceptance of yourself to yourself is the first step in getting clarity in your life. The moment you understand that, and how can you understand that? How do you move towards that step? You can move towards that step by writing about it. Okay? Who am I? I'm not this achiever. Okay? Achievement makes me happy for a certain time. But after that, what? After the euphoria is done, what is left? Okay? You're back to being yourself. And there is nothing that makes you like contented 24/7. That's a momentary thing. But if you understand yourself, you will be content for a very long time. So, what is life about? Okay, we start with our birth, isn't it? And then we get on in life with a lot of experiences. Some good experiences, some bad experiences. We always have a variety and a basket of experiences. Nobody has a good time all their lives. Nobody has a bad time all their lives. Even the poorest of poor. Like when I used to see these beggars on the signals, I used to feel bad and think that even these people, they have no pleasures in life. What is there in their life? And then if you look at them closely, you will see that they are pulling each other's legs, they are smiling at each other, somebody's cracked a joke. That momentary happiness they experience, isn't it? So from the time that you're born till the time that you die, you have a basket of experiences. And these basket of experiences are what will make you. You have to use it as a learning lesson for you to become better. Learn from each one of the experiences and move on in life. Okay? Alright. So, here's the thing. When you experience something, okay, it either is within you and it is outside. Okay, there are two aspects to any kind of experience. Something that is within you and something what the rest of the world is seeing. Okay, suppose I get my doctoral degree, or when I got my doctoral degree, I was extremely happy at that point because people came in, they congratulated me, they got me mithai, they got me flowers, and I was very happy about it. This was my external world experience. But when I went home, for a moment I was happy. I was happy that my parents were proud of me. But when you close your door, your house door, you're back to being normal, isn't it? Nothing in the house has changed. Have you heard Indra Nui in her speeches where she says that, when I used to go home, when she became a PepsiCo CEO and she went home very excited to tell her mother that I've got the CEO job now and I have achieved this. She goes up to the door, the mother opens the door and the mother says, there's no milk in the house, your children need milk, go and buy it. And she says, I've just become the CEO. And the mother says, leave your crown in the garage. Don't bring it in the house. Okay, at home you're still a mom. And that doesn't change. So these are some of the things that we must always keep it in mind and not let it affect you. But in our day-to-day life, we realize that world experiences affect us far more. Now, in every situation that we see, what the world sees and what you see are very two different things, okay? So, to give you an example, there is a married couple, husband and wife. Now, the husband is having an affair with another woman and he wants to divorce his wife, leave the wife and get married to the other person. So he tells his wife, I want to divorce you and I want to get married to another person. So is this a joyful thing or is it an unhappy thing? For him it is joyful, right? Divorcing his wife because he's looking forward to a fresh beginning with more romance in his life with another woman. But for the woman, for his wife, it's a very sad situation. She has not anticipated living without him and she has to learn. So the same event has a different, perspective for different people. His girlfriend is super happy because now he's going to be her husband, right? She doesn't know what she's in for, but never mind. Every time what we make of our experiences is up to us. We cannot always define and say that this is the same for everybody. For everybody it is different. Suppose there are two people in your class who are coming first, second and third. Okay, the person who's coming third, the rest of the class is very happy, yaar, tum to third aa gaye. You must be very happy in the top 5. But the third person who's come third thinks, why can I not come first? And in the next exam, when the person who came first couldn't give the exams because he was unwell. So the person who was second and third are very happy because that increased their chances, isn't it? So different experiences have different meanings for everybody. We must remember that. Okay, I think I'm going to do this. Sorry guys, but okay. Next, it is difficult to find happiness within oneself, but it is impossible. Thank you so much. It is difficult to find happiness within oneself, but it is impossible to find it anywhere else. You're not going to believe this sentence till you're 50, let me tell you. because you will always be finding happiness somewhere else. You think that if I get a good job, I'll be happy. If I get a good salary, I'll be happy. If I'm able to travel, I'll be happy. If I get a beautiful girlfriend, I'll be happy. If I get a good boyfriend, I'll be happy, isn't it? But the thing is, those are momentary happiness. And everything has a price to pay. And if you're not ready to pay that price, despite getting what you want, you will continue to be unhappy. Okay? One of the things is, like I mentioned about this husband and wife. Okay? There is a price to pay for everything. The children will get affected. So are you ready to pay that price for what you want? And if you are, then you can go ahead. I always tell my students, they are undergrad students, so a little more immature than you guys are. And I always tell them, all of them want shortcuts. A lot of you may have also done it. Some of my classmates also did it. I didn't have the guts, so I never did it. Okay, it's about cheating in the exams. Carrying those chits and cheat. And I tell them that's a choice that you've made. I'm not being moral on this, whether right or wrong. But if you're caught, be prepared to pay the price. That time you cannot cry and say, nahi, galti hui, ye nahi karna chahta tha, I don't know what I was thinking. Once you have taken the decision, you have to try and do, you have to pay the price for it. Okay? And once you pay the price, then you're going to be okay. When people, even Indra Nui, I'm quoting again because she's such an inspiration for me. She always said that her career took up all her time. When she was asked, what is your priority? Or when she was asked, what does your husband think your priority is? And she said the husband's, according to the husband, her priority was PepsiCo, her 2 children, her mother, and then the husband. Okay, so that's a price that they were paying. But they were okay doing it and they were compromising on it, so they've achieved a lot in life. But whether that achievement is worth what you want is your question, and each one will have an individual answer for it. Okay, so happiness really is an inside job. You need to learn that. And I'm very happy that the Indian government has now introduced sports. I think in your college you always had it, but now in all other colleges, holistic development is what we are focusing on as per the new education policy. Okay? And so what the government has done is, exercise is a must. Have you ever noticed that when you exercise and come, your mood always changes for the better? Yes? What is the difference? It is that you are giving yourself time away from your thought processes. Okay? And without you even realizing it, you are turning internal. When you are doing the treadmill, when you are doing weights, you are concentrating on the weights, right? So you are turning internal and focusing totally on what is the requirement. And because of that, you find some kind of happiness. You will never find happiness externally. Or at least not that is lasting. Okay? So how many of you are weight conscious and think that you need to look at your weight or watch what you eat? Raise your hands. So many of you, right? But still junk food is so tempting. Can we order a pizza today? Can we do a couple of beers? You know, beers are very bad for you. I always say that, you know, some people try to sell something, they come to us and they say, these books are very good, if your kids buy it, they will benefit a lot. And I say, this book costs 160 and my kids will get a beer for 120 or whatever it is that you get, I don't even know. And they would rather have the beer than have the book, because they cannot differentiate and they are looking for momentary pleasures. But after you have the pizzas, how many of you feel guilty that, अरे weight put on किया होगा, अभी कल ज़्यादा करना पड़ेगा exercise, isn't it? So that after the last bite of the pizza is over, the guilt sets in, correct? Till then you're happy. So that happiness is also momentary. we've come across many celebrities who commit suicide, who you think have everything. They have money, they have fame, have a good lifestyle, but something still makes them unhappy. That means they are unhappy internally, and we need to find out situation where we can change this. Okay, now when you compare your human body, uh, it's divided into body, mind and intellect. Okay, mind and intellect, a lot of us think are synonymous with each other, but they are not. They are totally different entities. Okay, so the body consists of organs of action and organs of perception. Like you want to run, you want to sit, you want to eat, you look at a beautiful sight in front of you, you're watching the movie. This is all done mechanically by the body. These are body functions, okay? Mind, what does mind have? Mind has feelings, emotions, impulses, likes and dislikes. Okay? We are governed by that. You see a pizza in front of you, you know you are going to put on weight if you eat the pizza. But the temptation is so much for it, the liking for it is so much that you are going to eat it. Isn't it? Sometimes the same thing, there are emotions that are running haywire. You're very angry. We hear about in the news in the newspaper, where the newspaper you see that one guy who's after this girl, she doesn't respond, so he goes and kills her. What are that? What's that? Emotions taking over his entire life. Okay? So the mind is not something that you can control it with intellect, but it's not something that is going to see reason. It is always going to follow likes, dislikes, being happy, being unhappy, and all of that. And finally, impulsive behavior also comes from the mind. Okay, without thinking of anything. आज मुझे बस ये करना है. Okay, so I'm going to today smoke. I will go out and smoke no matter what. Then उसके बाद में देखेंगे. So this is the mind working, and the intellect is thinking, reason, judgment, and decision. Okay. Now suppose there is somebody who I'm a diabetic. And I go and to a banquet. Okay, I'm going to a wedding, I'm sitting and somebody is coming and offering sweets. सबको थाली में स्वीट्स दे रहे, मेरे पास थाली आई तो मैंने सोचा लूँ नहीं लूँ, लूँ नहीं लूँ, लूँ नहीं, अच्छा ले ही लेती हूँ, मैं इंजेक्शन लगा दूंगी शाम को. This is my mind working. Okay, but if I had control over my mind, I would think ये मुझे नहीं करना है तो नहीं करना है. It will affect my health and I will have to pay a price which is much higher than I'm ready to pay later on. So an intellect is something which overpowers the mind and makes you feel want to do. I'm really sorry for you guys, yeah. But this is a training for you. Yeah. Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So now when you think of all the living organisms, when we think of all the living organisms, there are plants, animals and humans. Now here you can see that plants have a body but they don't have a mind because they have no emotions and they don't have any intellect as well. Okay, they will go towards the sun, the plant will grow in that direction. What happened? Okay. Yeah, you know, these guys will feel even worse when they see me having a nice fan. No. Okay. So a plant has no feelings, although they say these days that if you put music to the plants, they will go in, they grow better and all that. But that is not scientifically proven. Okay, it is just there. The second thing is animals. Some of the animals, most of the animals have a mind and they have a body, but they do not have a intellect. Have you ever seen dogs? How many of you have dogs at home? Okay, what happens when you go home? and open the door, they come jumping on you. They'll lick you. They'll show their love to you, isn't it? Why is that? They are not able to control their emotions because they don't have an intellect. Do you see yourself doing that to your father or mother? You might do it to your girlfriend, but maybe not the father or the mother. Okay? So, the reason being that we have a mind, we have an intellect and they don't. So, we must always use our intellect for everything. If you see the big leaders today, if you see Modi, I'm not talking about good, bad or anything like that. I'm just talking about the achievements or for them to have reached this position, okay? You look at Modi, you look at Jai Shankar, you look at even Amit Shah, okay? Have you, of course, the show of emotion is all for the public, okay? But otherwise, they are hardcore administrators. They don't get swayed in by emotions. They don't get swayed in by anything. And that is the reason they are able to reach new heights. So even as students, can I stand here? No, ये ऊपर लगाएंगे क्या? Even as students, you have to learn to be like that. Don't give in to your emotions. Emotions will give you sympathy from others for 5 minutes. After that, it's all gone. Okay? A lot of you at your age, you have heightened emotions in you. You feel something is very unfair and you take a stand on it, or you get angry very fast. You have to learn to tame your emotions. When you are angry, list down, why are you angry? What are the reasons? And how can I do it better? How can I change the situation if I'm not happy with the situation? Crying and all will give you temporary, अच्छा ठीक है तू बोल रही है तो कर लेंगे. But beyond that, what? We know the Porsche case in Pune, right? Okay, that's all because of mind going haywire. Everything went wrong, right from the corruption everywhere. The corruption is all mind only. We want money. We don't want anything else. We want money. I want to ride the bike. I want to drink. Okay, I have power. I will do whatever it takes. All that comes from the mind. And if you have intellect, then you can control your mind and progress faster in life. Always remember that. So don't go all angry, like angry young man, and say, this is not right, we want to change this. Think quietly and come up with a plan which is very logical and which will involve more people so that you are able to deliver whatever as a team. Okay? I'm not able to even think straight. Okay. You are all fighting the challenging forces of the world with bows and arrows when you have a F-16 in your hangar. Okay, all of us have a F-16. If we have achieved whatever we have, then it is because, it's not because of these small bows and arrows that you keep shooting. That is kindergarten, okay? But it is the intellect which will take you everywhere, and that intellect is your F-16. Always remember that. As I grew, you've seen my path, right? I got married very early, so I wasn't even fully educated when I got married. And then I decided to start a cafeteria because I had the basic course in hotel management. Then I shifted gears, I went into academics. And every door that opened my way, I would at least peep in to see what is in there. Only then more and more doors will open to you. If you don't see, then all doors are going to be shut. And you will not be able to choose which door you want to open and walk away. Okay? So that's a lesson that all of you should remember. Intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease at death. Okay? All of us are intelligent. Use that intelligence. Don't go to your teacher with a lame excuse. If that lame excuse is to gain something for yourself, then that's okay. That's intellect. But just for the heck of it, going and protesting something is not good enough. Okay? Remember that. I do not feel obliged to believe that the same God who has endowed us with sense, reason and intellect has intended us to forego their use. Okay, God has given us intelligence for a reason, that we need to use it. And we need to use it wisely and in a very logical manner. Okay? So always remember, don't waste it. Don't waste your intellect for your emotions. I think that is one of the biggest lessons that all of us have learned. We learned at 50 or 40 or 35. You can learn it now because somebody is telling you. Okay? Yeah. So I quickly wound up my lecture, but can we have that? There was a clip, WhatsApp clip that I had given which I wanted to show.
Mind is like a cloud, you can make it any shape. So, your sense of happiness is only when everybody is doing worse than you. What kind of life is that?
Have you ever thought about how this universe functions? And what is your role in this universe? Should we be spending time focusing on others? Well, Sadhguru has the answers to these questions. Let's listen to him.
Do not act like you are running the whole planet or you are running the whole universe for that matter. You are not. It is happening by itself. You are a tiny little creature who is here for a little bit of time. Don't make so much fuss about it. To handle a few years of life, do not make such a big fuss. If you sit here, this person is a pleasant experience for you. If you are a pleasant experience for yourself, everybody else will also experience this person as a pleasant experience. What great things you will do or not do, that is subject to various realities. Nobody can fix it 100%. You must understand, our actions are largely determined by the times in which we exist. You need to understand what we are doing, our actions, and what we do and do not do is the times in which we exist. If you are here 5,000 years ago, you would not be writing software. You would be doing something else. You would not be doing all the things that you're doing today. Don't think you are doing it, it is the times. In the times that we are in has its own weather. Some smooth weather, some rough weather. If you learn to ride this weather gracefully, then people say you're a success. If you create a problem about every little fluctuation that happens, then you become a failure in your life. If you were a wave surfer, you've seen people surfing on the waves. What is his dream? He would like to have a tsunami. And the dream in a surfer's mind is a tsunami, 100-foot tall wave, woo, riding it. That would be the dream. If you know how to ride it, even the tsunami is a wonderful thing.
How often do you test your memory power? Let's see Sadhguru explain how success is not confined to education alone.
We are mistaking information for intelligence. Once you heap yourself with too much information, now attention is a serious problem. Once you have no attention, once you have no ability to hold your attention, you have lost your ability to access your intelligence also. You will just churn out the information from memory. In the yogic system, there are four main aspects of the mind. I'll not go into the detail, but the memory part of the mind is of least importance. It's the chitta, which is connected with the consciousness, which is most important. If you find a shape for your chitta that shape will manifest always, because it's empowered by life-making material which for lack of words we're using the word consciousness, that which is the basis of life. Once your mind is yoked to that, then what shape your mind takes, mind is like a cloud, you can make it any shape. You can make it godlike, you can make it a devil out of it, you can make a pig out of it, you can make whatever out of it, you know. It's a nebulous thing. So what shape you give to your chitta, it will always manifest in the world because it's empowered by life-making energy behind it. So that is the most important aspect of the mind, not the memory. There's a beautiful incident. You heard of Andrew Carnegie. When Andrew Carnegie started his enterprise, in a short span of time, he became so super successful and made so much money.
I got a question for you. Do you have…
At that time, okay, this is not the age of Google or Facebook or Twitter where in 2 years they become multi-billionaires and all. Those days, people had to set up manufacturing, this and that, and make money which would take decades or generations. So this guy made so much money in a short span of time, people suspected, the US government suspected he's doing some malpractice. They set up a Senate investigation committee. So they questioned him in every way possible and they found nothing wrong with his business. Then they asked, how do you manage to make so much money and be so successful? So Andrew Carnegie said something very simple. See, I can keep my mind focused on something for 5 minutes at a stretch. 5 minutes. Can any of you do it? All the senators. They thought, what's the problem with 5 minutes? And he set up an experiment. They tried to keep their attention, they couldn't keep it for a few seconds. 1 moment here, 1 moment there, this is the fate of most human beings. So then he said, you should not be running United States.
All of us must have competed for something or the other. According to Sadhguru, here is something we should never compete for.
Life is not a competition, life is not a race. If life is a race, you must get to the finish line soon. Hello? If you think life is a race, you must be at the finish line today. I can tell you how. You want to go there? No. This is not a race. This is a tremendous privilege that we have come as human beings. This means our ability to experience life is of a much larger proportion than any other creature on this planet. That is the significance of who we are. Yes, we can experience life in many more vivid ways than how an ant can experience, how a grasshopper can experience, how somebody else can experience. This is our privilege. Instead of experiencing life, we are trying to win the race. If you win the race, you should be in the crematorium today.
Which will help improve your self, focus, or attention. We clear this doubt by listening to what Sadhguru has to say.
If I had only focus without the general attention about everything around me, indiscriminate attention I'm talking about, attention not even about something, just being attentive only because there is a certain level of attention and awareness within you, you even know that you exist. Otherwise, let's say in sleep, in your experience, neither the world exists nor you exist, all that's happened is there is no attention. Because there is no attention, there is no perception of any kind. So first thing is attention, that there is a general grasp of everything. Then there is a particular interest. Then we focus it down to that particular interest. We are focusing on something only because our attention is not keen enough. If our attention was very keen, you would not need to focus on anything. If your attention has to be very keen about everything, then you should stop discriminating in terms of, I like this person, I don't like this person, this is good, this is bad, this is nice, this is not nice, this is useful, this is not useful. If you do not make any kind of discrimination, you just work on your attention, not about being attentive about something, just being super attentive, not about anything. See, right now if you increase the voltage in this hall where you're sitting, when light comes on, light is not thinking in terms of whom should I focus on. When light comes on, everything that is there in that room will be seen. This is important. This is a very important aspect of yogic process is that we go on working on our attention, that we keep on keying up our attention to a higher and higher level, a higher and higher voltage and intensity.
How focused are you after watching this video? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Feel free to watch the videos shown on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.
But I guess it's one of those days when you are challenged with external forces. So all the very best to all of you, and hopefully I'll see you again next year with a better lecture, I guess. Thank you.
On behalf of IIEBM, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude for your valuable time, your insights and expertise. You have left an undoubtedly remarkable mark on our students. Thank you so much once again, ma'am, and we really look forward for your next visit to our campus.